Hey guys, welcome to the Max Invest YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over a little bit of news surrounding Chainlink, and then we're going to be talking about Ethereum, more specifically regarding NFTs and gaming. Of course, if you enjoy the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, and remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. So let's get into the video. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to do a little bit of a market update. Right now, it seems like Bitcoin is on the verge of breaking its all-time highs. At the time of recording this video, Bitcoin hasn't yet broken its all-time highs. However, it's unbelievably close. From my understanding, it's around 1% away or even less than 1% away from breaking its all-time highs. It's been hanging around these levels for the past couple of hours now, and it will be interesting to see what happens. I do believe that Bitcoin is going to break through these all-time highs and continue onwards. Now, as we can also see, a lot of other coins like Ethereum are yet to break their all-time highs, and this is following what the market typically does. Typically, Bitcoin is the first to run, and then a lot of these other coins start running. Now, we can see that coins like Ethereum are going pretty well on the day. However, most of the other coins really aren't going that well, which does show that these large caps like Bitcoin and Ethereum are moving first before everything else. An interesting pattern to follow and an interesting pattern to take a look at. Another big milestone occurred, and it is regarding Chainlink. As we can see, Chainlink just reached 600,000 wallet addresses. This means that 600,000 people from all around the world are holding Chainlink. Now, this is a very, very big milestone as it shows more and more people are still buying Chainlink. Of course, Chainlink's price isn't yet at its old all-time highs. However, a lot of people still do believe in Chainlink and are continuing to buy in, which is very interesting to see. Of course, I do expect this metric to really start skyrocketing when Chainlink has another boom, and I am hoping that at the end of this year we can see this metric to continue to go up, as Chainlink's price should hopefully follow. Now, the next thing that I also wanted to briefly touch on is that Chainlink has made it into Forbes magazine. As we can see, here is the title of a Forbes article: Oracle's the invisible backbone of DeFi and applied blockchain applications. Now, in my opinion, this is actually very big news, as it shows that some of the biggest investors in the world and Forbes magazine are actually writing an article about Chainlink. Of course, it does show that there is a lot of interest in Chainlink from institutional investors and investors all around. If we look at some of the biggest positions hedge funds have, their biggest position is Bitcoin, then Ethereum, and then Chainlink is roughly their third or fourth biggest position. Of course, this is because a lot of investors know of how important Chainlink is and the fact that Chainlink is actually a lot safer than a lot of coins ahead of it because of its fundamental role and fundamental value in the space. So, it is good to see Chainlink being recognized by Forbes, and it is good to see that they're understanding that this is the infrastructure behind a lot of the blockchains, and as a direct result, I do expect to see Chainlink to be bought up by a lot of these big institutional investors. However, we will need to wait and see. The next big bit of news that I wanted to discuss is that it looks like Polygon is integrating with DraftKings to make an NFT marketplace. Now, DraftKings is essentially becoming a validator on the Polygon network, and they're going to be using Polygon in order to build an application, make a marketplace, and allow their own users to buy and sell NFTs. Now, if you don't know what DraftKings is, essentially DraftKings is a sports gambling company. Individuals can use DraftKings to gamble on sports. They can also use it to play gambling games online, and it's basically all things gambling in America. DraftKings is probably one of the biggest companies regarding gambling in America right now, and it really did take off with the pandemic. Now, I do find it very, very interesting to see that DraftKings are using an NFT marketplace and they're actually building out one. Of course, we don't exactly yet know what DraftKings are going to be doing with this NFT marketplace, as it simply is not out yet. However, there are a few things that we sort of can assume that DraftKings will do. Of course, DraftKings are probably just going to be selling your regular old NFTs. They might be selling signatures from famous sports players, they might be doing a range of different things and sort of selling these on an NFT marketplace. However, there probably are a lot more things that DraftKings could actually do with NFTs. DraftKings could really try and put a lot of their gambling on top of Ethereum and actually use Ethereum's rails to track all of these transactions. Of course, this wouldn't be that hard for DraftKings to do, and since they're already partnering with cryptocurrency companies, I would expect them to do it. Of course, DraftKings could also sell tickets to games or tickets to events using NFTs, and there really are a range of different things that DraftKings could actually do. However, we will need to wait and see. Of course, it is really great to see a $25 billion company actually using cryptocurrency, using Polygon, which is an Ethereum-based sidechain, and I do think that there's a lot of things that they will be doing into the future, and we will just need to wait and see. Now, the next thing that I briefly wanted to discuss is about NFTs and gaming on top of Ethereum. Basically, a couple of weeks ago I made a video about gaming on Ethereum, and in this video I predicted that some of the biggest gaming companies in the world, such as Steam and Epic Games, are probably going to go all onto cryptocurrencies. However, directly after this video, Steam came out and they said that they're banning all blockchain games from entering Steam's platform. Of course, I do find this a little bit disappointing to see and a bit disheartening that Steam banned this, especially right after my video. However, I do think I know the reason why, and I still am bullish on Steam's future in blockchain games. Now, the main reason why is because Steam have a marketplace already. This is called the Steam Marketplace. Essentially, individuals are allowed to trade in-game items for others, such as CSGO skins and more. So, of course, if Steam let in blockchain games, well, that essentially means that this is probably going to take up a lot of revenue from the Steam Marketplace. However, my prediction is that Steam will eventually bring this Steam Marketplace onto the blockchain, and Steam will take a cut of every single transaction that is made. So, how this would work is essentially Steam are going to put their Steam Marketplace onto cryptocurrency rails, and then Steam could say, alright, every single transaction that is made, Steam is going to take a 10% cut of that. Now, if Steam actually did this, Steam would make significantly more money than they are making now. This would give individuals the ability to actually own their own in-game items, and they can't currently do this through Steam. Also, this would actually give individuals the ability to take their items off Steam, which they currently cannot do through Steam. If you spend money on Steam, you can sell it, but the money that you sell it into must be spent somewhere else in Steam. Of course, I do think this will be a big value proposition that Steam will get, and I still do believe that even though Steam have banned blockchain games, that they are going to eventually go all in on cryptocurrency, as it will be too big not to. Of course, another important thing to note is that people don't play video games based on the platforms. People play video games based on how fun the video game is. Axie Infinity is directly on top of Ethereum and not on any of these other big gaming platforms, and it has millions of daily users. So it does show that these games can grow very, very popular without the help of these big gaming companies. Of course, if Steam really do stick with this and completely ignore blockchain, I think what will eventually happen is Steam will go out of style and all of these other blockchain games will become a lot bigger. And, in my opinion, this is one of the bigger things about cryptocurrency and Ethereum. Ethereum doesn't need all of these specific companies to come onto it. Instead, these specific companies do need Ethereum. And if in 10 years all of these big financial companies, all of these big gaming companies are not using Ethereum, they are going to die. All of these companies need to adopt and adapt to Ethereum right now, otherwise it won't be so good for them in the future. This is much like the internet back in the 1980s. The internet doesn't need one extra company to come onto it. That company does need the internet, and I think blockchain will be much the same. So, overall, I am still very bullish on blockchain gaming and its future. Of course, another thing to note is that right after Steam said this, the next biggest gaming company, Epic Games, came out and said they're open to blockchain games. So Epic Games essentially went and did the opposite of Steam, and if we see Epic Games start integrating with Ethereum and integrating with blockchain, it's going to be very interesting over the future. Anyway, this brings us to the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching the video.